And we are recording this presentation just so that you know. And if you do not want to be on video, just feel free to turn your video off so that you are not being recorded. And just know that if you happen to have questions to ask at the end, that your questions will be recorded and a part of this presentation that we'll be sharing with people later who weren't able to join live.
Exactly this. And Matt, can you just like reshare on your stories, sorry for this, on your Instagram that we are starting now to just remind the people, and then we can start basically. So who joins.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just a quick check-in. We have a couple people that I've with names I've never seen before. Where are you guys joining from? Are you able to share in the chat? I am currently in Costa Rica on the Caribbean side, and Matt is on the other side of Costa Rica near Perez Zeledon. Ivona you're in Croatia right now, correct? North of France, amazing.
And Finland.
I don't think I quite understood that.
So one from Finland as well.
Okay, so I think I heard Finland. And then
Yes.
the Netherlands. Okay, Finland, amazing. And then the Netherlands, waiting for you people to come to the Biohacker Summit, amazing. So I'll turn my video on.
And I think
there
Matt
I am.
left because he was resharing the story.
Matt left to share the Instagram story. Okay.
He will join now.
Yes. This is our very first webinar that we've ever done. So we're just requesting your patience with us as we work out any sort of kinks, although we have prepared as much as we can. And we're also just so honored to have you all join us for our very first time doing an official presentation. Although we've had so many conversations about hydrogen, we haven't necessarily made it as organized as this yet. So we're excited to just gather you here, and we can't wait to share more with you. Matt is back. I'm just going to put actually, you can't see me on video right now, can you, Ivona?
I mean, I see you on the side, like small box.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay, I'm just going to put my nose cannula on here so I'm breathing. Amazing. So this is my nose cannula, is definitely, that's attached to my hydrogen machine, is definitely a part of my meetings that I have, because it provides amazing mental clarity and fuel for my brain as I'm doing computer work. And I see Matt here has got his nose cannula on as well. So why don't we get started? And we have Europeans joining us, which is amazing.
Okay, welcome Europe.
All right.
And this is really running right here, just so you guys see the machine.
Oh, cool.
This is not a front. This is actually how we really do it, how we actually live and breathe, no pun intended, hydrogen all the time.
Yes. So who am I? I am your host, Rebecca Milwaukee. You may recognize that as a very European last name, although I'm from the United States. I'm sales director at Axiom H2. My background is in holistic health and detox. And I have been constantly asked how people can detox and cleanse. And there's so many incredible protocols that really work. And I've never felt more empowered to give people a solution that they can use in their own home without my direction than a hydrogen machine, as it activates the body's natural ability to detox itself. And I also have a background in marketing and public relations. So this position at Axiom H2 is absolutely perfect for me. And I love working side by side with Matt, who is the CEO of Axiom H2, and also Ivona, who works with us as well and organized this beautiful webinar. So we also have Matt Johnson here on the call, who has already been speaking. He is a hydrogen expert. He's bursting with information about hydrogen and science, and he is the CEO at Axiom H2. He is a health and fitness enthusiast with also a background in holistic nutrition, so we really connect on that point. Strength and conditioning, herbs and supplements, oxygen and ozone therapy, and then last, of course, molecular hydrogen. And Matt, I'd love for you just to share a little bit more about yourself here. Matt, you are still muted.
Oops. Okay. So thank you, Rebecca, for the beautiful introduction for yourself and myself and our team members. As Rebecca said, I do have a certification as a holistic nutritionist. I'm certified in strength and conditioning, herbs and supplements, studied traditional Chinese medicine, a lot of things having to do with detox, cellular health, took some small courses in quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement, and a certification through Molecular Hydrogen Institute. And so that is part of my background and my passion and how I discovered hydrogen therapy via competitive sports. So through sports, I was always looking at the next best cutting edge natural way to boost my endurance, to boost healing time, energy, strength, conditioning, all those things naturally. And it was always going through supplementation, diet, qigong practice, things of that nature, yoga. And then I stumbled across supplements, minerals, and then molecules. And when I discovered oxyhydrogen, Brown's gas, molecular hydrogen, other healing gases like ozone, that's when my world was changed and I found my mission. And that was to help spread the education of molecular hydrogen therapy due to its high safety profile, due to its efficacy for helping over 170 human diseases and growing. And so I felt the call to pursue this mission, back it with my research, my own usage for so many years, watching all the other testimonials from people that have tried it as well, and realized that this needs a voice, this needs its own platform. And here we are.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. It's really good to hear the story of how we got to where we are. And I believe we did a whole Instagram live about more of our personal backgrounds. So inviting you to check out Hydrogen Warrior on Instagram. That's Matt's page. And there's a lot more about us and how we got here to this very moment in time and connecting so deeply with hydrogen that we truly believe it's here to help us on so many levels, but particularly the cellular one. So today's focus today is going to be education. So at Axiom H2, we strongly believe that it is of utmost importance to share far and wide and shout from the rooftops that hydrogen is here to help us. Hydrogen is here to help our bodies. It beyond just the aesthetics, and also that, there's spas already using hydrogen that you might have heard of, like hydrogen energy, using hydrogen in cars, hydrogen coming soon to power homes, hydrogen bombs. Like hydrogen is definitely a word that most of us are familiar with, but we're really here to educate on why hydrogen is here for our health. And that is our focus here at Axiom H2, with the background in health and holistic health and nutrition that Matt and I both share. So we're going to go a little deeper into talking about cellular health and why that matters. We're going to be talking about the science behind molecular hydrogen, exactly what it is, the molecular structure, introduce to you hydrogen therapy, how it works in the body, and specifically how hydrogen interacts with oxidative stress and what that process is, the actual chemistry of this. Then we'll be sharing with you some benefits of H2. We'll also be sharing with you a little bit more about Axiom H2 and the hydrogen generators that Matt and I are both using right now. We'll get into a little bit of medical research and answer a couple of questions that were submitted in advance. And we're also going to open up at the end for some Q&A. So Matt, I'll pass it over to you to start us with some science.
Okay, thank you so much. So, guys, what is molecular hydrogen? And as Rebecca stated, a lot of us are familiar maybe with the word hydrogen. And maybe the most common one would be hydrogen peroxide. And we get it a lot. Oh, I know hydrogen. Yeah, I have hydrogen peroxide in my cabinet. Well, there's different forms of hydrogen. In the form we specialize in, the form we use, and the form that is the most beneficial for our health is known as H2, also known as dihydrogen. If you guys are familiar with the periodic table, the very first element on that is the hydrogen atom. So, but that is a single atom of hydrogen. When they combine together, it creates molecular hydrogen, known as H2. And what is H2? It's a big part that plays in water, H2O. So a lot of people understand what water is, H2O. Well, O is oxygen, a very prominent gas in our universe, and so is molecular hydrogen. When they get combined together, that creates this amazing form of water. And water, as we know, can store memory. Everything needs water to live. And what does water need? Molecular hydrogen. So that's a quick summary of what form we're using of hydrogen, how it comes to molecular hydrogen, H2. Hydrogen peroxide is actually H2O2. And again, we're using H2, also known as dihydrogen. Okay, so what is molecular hydrogen therapy? So what that is a cutting edge biomedicine that is sweeping the nation and the world, discovered many, many years ago, but most prominently used in Asia. And what they found is that this therapy, used in different forms of application via water infusion, via inhalation, via fumigation of a limb, via a bath of hydrogen-rich water, putting it in eye goggles and or earphones. But what hydrogen therapy is a form of a natural cellular healing which works in the body on a cellular level. So we keep using this word cellular. Why do we keep putting so much emphasis on cellular? Because molecular hydrogen is one of the smallest molecules in the universe, making it the most bioavailable. And bioavailable, meaning it can pass through our cell walls and enter the nucleus, pass our blood-brain barrier. So that's why this type of therapy is so important. And so what happens when molecular hydrogen enters the body via inhalation, via water infusion, via eye goggles and the different forms, is that it actually will act like an intelligent antioxidant. Itself is not an antioxidant. That's a big misconception, but it does act like an antioxidant. And what do I mean by intelligent antioxidant? Well, molecular hydrogen will act differently in my body than it will in Rebecca's body. Because most likely our bodies are in need of different things at different times. So when this form enters my body, I might actually need some oxidation. It could actually trigger an oxidation process to happen in my body, where in Rebecca's body, it could actually trigger antioxidation. That's how it acts intelligently. This is one of the things the top professors, scientists, and medical experts in molecular hydrogen therapy, we're still trying to understand where's this intelligence coming from, right? Because you put vitamin C in Rebecca's body, my body, Barbara's body, Ivana's body, vitamin C works the same, right? But hydrogen is a little bit different. And so what it does when it interacts with oxidative stress, it actually neutralizes, 100% natural, it neutralizes ROS, also known as reactive oxygen species. Okay, it neutralizes hydroxyl radicals. which is basically more stress and oxidation that's given off during cellular respiration. So it actually neutralizes, and the only byproduct after that neutralization of an ROS radical, of a hydroxyl radical, is water. So it doesn't even neutralize it and create a harmful waste. No, it's just completely natural, completely harmonious for our body. And another thing I like to state too is that molecular hydrogen is actually produced in our gut health through an enzyme called hydrogenase. So, so through proper gut health and a fiber-rich diet, we can actually make hydrogen naturally in our gut health to work with our body. However, I must state, due to the sheer abuse and negligence with the use of antibiotics that has destroyed our gut health, through one cycle of antibiotics can ruin our gut health up to 5 years. One cycle of antibiotics, guys. So this is why we have to supplement molecular hydrogen in the way we do. And just so you also know, that supplementing this doesn't mean we have to be on it forever. As we drink hydrogen-rich water, which is infused here, and drinking that and entering our gut health, it is constantly repairing the microflora and the natural production, the natural enzymes in our body. So this is not something that you have to take and live with it for the rest of your life. However, I probably plan to. But just so you know that it is working on repairing our natural systems, our natural gut health, so we can produce more hydrogen naturally through our diet. So I think that covers most of the things with how it works in the body, penetrating into the cell walls, improving electron flow in our mitochondria, improving energy, and those things. I think we'll cover it a little bit later on some other slides.
And then Matt, can you also just touch on this graphic here of oxidative stress and just explaining what that is and how that affects us?
Yeah, so guys, basically the root cause of disease and rapid aging has to do with extended periods of oxidative stress. Oxidative stress in small amounts can be good for us to trigger other systems to be, that reaction to take place. However, extended periods of oxidative stress is what creates this environment for parasites to thrive, for disease to manifest physically, for aging to incur at an expedited rate. This is why oxidative stress and cellular dehydration is very, very harmful for us. And what hydrogen does is it works on reducing oxidative stress at a cellular level constantly. That is what it does. And it works on hydrating and optimizing the hydration potential of each cell. So we can actually have cellular hydration and we can reduce excessive oxidative stress. So that is why it is so very important for us to be utilizing this incredible miracle molecule to be combating all these things in this graph here that you see, everything that happens from free radicals. And so hydrogen is going to come in and support our own body's natural systems to do what it was incredibly designed to do, which is combat these oxidative stresses and these extended period times of oxidative stress, which we don't want. We constantly want to be cleansing ourselves, giving ourselves support, giving ourselves all the help and energy it needs to do what it was designed to do.
Exactly. Thank you, Matt. And said another way, I often share with people the two main causes of aging. And aging, said another way, is simply our bodies breaking down. The two main causes why our bodies break down or age is buildup of oxidative stress and cellular dehydration. And we love hydrogen, and lots of people that are very into longevity love hydrogen because hydrogen directly impacts our cellular hydration and reduces the oxidative stress. So is it the fountain of youth? You decide. but it's a big reason why we love it, and it's a big reason why it's assisting with so many different chronic conditions that happen as a result of our bodies breaking down and aging. And we'll get into that a little bit more later. And I would love, Matt, if you could just share a little bit about cellular health and why we're focusing on that, because there's so many different things to focus on in holistic health. As you and I know, we've been trained in like everything from like Ayurveda to like all the supplements and like peptides and like this thing. And there's so many things in the world of health. Like, why does right now cellular health matter, and why is that becoming a thing at this time in 2023? Why is everybody talking about cellular health?
So, why cellular health is so important, and I don't want to speak for all medical institutions and educations, but uh, it's not really taught about cellular health, because if it was, then we could really rewrite our whole medical system. Because when we focus on cellular health, our cells run our body. So we repair the smallest things activating our whole body. When we focus on cellular health, we cleanse our cells, we optimize the function of our cells, the rest of the body falls in line. So you can tell me you have this syndrome, all this crazy medical verbiage in different language. That's okay, right? It specifies exactly what's going on in the body, but it doesn't need to um, what's the perfect word I'm looking for? Confuse the client or your patients, intimidate them to say, "Oh, I don't know these in fancy words, NRF1 pathways and this syndrome and gene expression is changed. So here's all my power to this medical system that just want to get you on drugs for the most part." Right? We don't need to overcomplicate things. When you focus on cellular health, we are bringing it down to its most simple form, guys. Oxygenate the cells, and there's already Nobel Prize winners talking about when our cells have enough oxygen, cancer can't exist. Okay, when our cells have enough oxygen and hydrogen, the main things that make up our cells, they work how they were designed. So it's all about optimizing cellular health, and the rest of the body falls in line. We don't need to focus on just the one organ with an issue, because first off, one organ's connected right to every other organ. So it's never just one organ. So when your healthcare professional says, well, you have this tumor in this area, we need to remove that tumor and then you're good. No. Why is that environment conducive for a tumor to exist in the first place? Because our cellular health is off. So when we put focus and attention on cellular health, cellular optimization, then we are looking at the body as a whole. Because our cells go into the brain, they affect our neurons, right? They affect our organs, they affect our endocrine system, they affect our immune system, they affect every single thing in our body. So focus on the cells, and we're working on the bigger picture. Okay, like if there's something wrong with the building and it's happening up top, and there's something wrong with the foundation, we can work on little repairs at the top, or we can work on the foundation, right? So we have a strong foundation. That's kind of like focusing on cellular health, is we're focusing on our foundation of health. You can remove a tumor and your cells are still horrible, and guess what? Tumor's going to come back in maybe a different place in the body. So that is why cellular health is of utmost importance. This is why we're revolutionizing the medical industry, the healthcare industry, because we're revitalizing cells. And then that does all the rest of the work. That's why hydrogen therapy has over 1,000 studies and growing to show improvements and prevention for 170 human diseases, because it works on a cellular level. And that's due to, again, its molecular size, due to its bioavailability.
Exactly. Isn't he the most passionate person ever? I'm getting pumped up over here. I'm like, yes, like this is why I'm doing this. Like this is why I love hydrogen, because we're going to the root, and we don't need to overcomplicate it. And I know I have spent years, literally years, like trying to understand like organ systems and like this and thing and that thing and just like overcomplicating it, when it's like when we just go to the actual root, the base, the cells, everything else can start to fall into place. And of course, there's lifestyle aspects that we also have to focus on as holistic health coaches. And with this background, like we know, it's like it's not just breathe hydrogen and everything repairs and is done forever, you know, but then you might start to feel some more energy, not from caffeine, but from your mitochondria. And then you might feel more inspired to go for that run or do that thing. And it just creates this beautiful domino effect of positive health habits. And in a world where we truly have so many different health solutions around us, I'm excited about this. And this is the first product or like brand or company I've ever represented, because I'm like, okay, I know there's something here. I know there's something to this. This is something that I want to share with the world. So we're starting here with our Instagrams and this webinar. But I digress. We'll go to the next slide. So Matt, if you can just share why this therapy is 100% natural and safe. This is another, and I'll just share just for a moment. This is why we feel comfortable representing this particular therapy and allowing people to purchase machines for their own homes, because I feel okay with, say, recommending this to a client and being like, okay, I actually trust that you're going to be okay on your own working with this therapy. Like there's nothing bad is going to happen to you. You're going to be okay. Like you can run on your own with hydrogen. And Matt, can you just share why that is?
Yes, absolutely. So as I explained in the previous few slides, is that hydrogen, the form we're using, is one of the main elements that make up water, right? Water is extremely safe. We need water to survive, right? You can go 30 days, 60 days without food. You can't go 3 days without water, right? And so that is partially why hydrogen is so beneficial. And again, H2 connected with oxygen creates H2O, which is water. Now, I also stated that hydrogen is produced in our stomach through proper gut health and a proper fiber-rich diet through an enzyme called hydrogenase. Most people have never heard of this enzyme, and there's lots of enzymes to learn about, to be honest. However, still, why isn't hydrogenase talked about? Because hydrogenase creates our own hydrogen in our body. Okay, so um, another thing I want to state with the health of molecular hydrogen is that due to its molecular size being so small, that once our full cells are saturated, we cannot oversaturate our cells. This bottle of water, after 5 minutes, will not get oversaturated, which means that you can never have too much molecular hydrogen. I do want to apologize. There is some rain going on in the background. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me well. Um, So that's why we are such strong advocates for molecular hydrogen therapy, because I did work with and study ozone therapy, oxygen therapy, um, before I got involved with hydrogen. And I'm still a big fan of ozone, still a big fan of oxygen therapy. However, due to its safety profile, that you can overdose it. You can over infuse ozonated water. You can breathe too much ozone. It can cause too much oxidation and harm to the body. And so, for us, thinking about trying to push this to the world where it needs to be in a very controlled environment, probably administered by a trained nurse or trained professional, it's a great therapy. We still recommend it. We use it in our clinics. But for the general public, hydrogen, you can put the machine on for 24 hours, go to bed, and zero negative effects will happen. Literally, just like this bottle of water can't get oversaturated, what are we made out of? 80% of our body? Water. So the same thing, when we have hydrogen in our body, in our blood, we cannot get oversaturated. It's virtually impossible, and that's partially due to the molecular size. So again, it's not a foreign alien to our body. It's produced naturally in our stomach. Hydrogen's in our atmosphere right now. Okay, it's and in certain bodies of water, like healing springs around the world, like in Lourdes, France, has molecular hydrogen in the water. So that is why it makes it so safe. It has the highest safety profile out of all medical gases. And that's why, I decided to hop on and create Hydrogen Mission because of improving 170 human diseases, zero negative side effects, zero risk for the elderly, right? For someone in their 80s, for someone in chronic 4-stage cancer, right? For someone going through chemo. This can be integrated at any point, at any time, for technically any duration of time, even for pregnant women, which we recommend caution due to the nature of pregnancies. But you can Google it. There's definitely beneficial effects with hydrogen in pregnancies in helping balance hormones and things like that. And for children as well. It's very, very safely tolerated for children. Typically, children need less hydrogen because they are less toxified and they have ideally a better stomach balance in their gut health than someone in their 30s or 40s in our toxic world. But it's even safe to apply to children. And so we'll talk about some stories and testimonials later, talking about children and elderly and people like that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the benefits. This, we could be here all day with the benefits. As I said, 170 human diseases, it improves and growing. But just to read over some of the lists right here, is it increases respiratory and liver function. I want to state one thing. Even though hydrogen goes into every cell, every organ, in the whole body, within 10 minutes of breathing or drinking water, the organ that holds the most hydrogen in the entire body is the liver. And for those of you health professionals and into the health world, you guys know the importance of liver health and the function of liver. The liver plays well over 500 roles in the body for different actions, reactions, and detoxification process. And in holistic nutrition, the most prized part of the animal in all these ancient cultures around the entire world was the liver. So the liver organ plays a very, very crucial role, not only in ancient cultures for nutrition, but for our own body. And it is interesting that the liver holds the most amount of hydrogen in the body, and how important that role is. Optimize cellular hydration. Yes, guys, aging. What happens? What is a raisin? It's a dehydrated grape, right? And it gets to wrinkled up. And that's what happens with our skin, right? Is our collagen production goes down, our elasticity goes down, hydration goes down, that suppleness of our skin goes down. But when we can consume hydrogen, it actually optimizes the function of our cells to have proper and optimized cellular hydration. And when we say fully hydrated, we can have our skin taut, plump, and beautiful and glowing, just like everyone on Axiom has this beautiful H2 glow. You will see that and you will hear that from nearly everyone using Axiom H2's products because not all hydrogen is created equally. I will mention that. Decrease effects of aging. Absolutely. For those of you familiar with telomeres, right? Our telomeres is a great point to study to see how fast someone is aging. Longer telomeres is better, right? We're going to age slower. We have shorter telomeres, we're aging faster, right? And telomeres are on the tips of our chromosomes. And so there is clinical studies showing molecular hydrogen not only protects and strengthens our telomeres, it actually helps the production of telomeres by telomerase. So, guys, this is what's so amazing. We don't need to take a supplement for telomeres and telomerase. No, we just take the root cause of everything, hydrogen, right? Such an elemental molecule in the whole universe and our whole bodies, helping all the systems like telomeres and telomerase for anti-aging. And that's why some of our very, very big players on the team that specialize in age reversal, age suspension, are utilizing molecular hydrogen. And we have some new doctors out of Switzerland getting involved. We have an incredible, intelligent person by the name of Ocean. He specializes in his own retreats for age suspension. We'll go into more of that later. Then we have decreased inflammation. So again, is one of the main roles of oxygen in the body, besides reducing and neutralizing hydroxyl radicals and reactive oxygen species, is anti-inflammatory properties to the whole body, to the whole body, right? And as part of the root cause of disease is extended periods times of oxidative stress, is extended period times of inflammation. Okay, so inflammation initially is good. That's our body reacting. Oh, this is good inflammation. This is a healing inflammation. Then there's bad inflammation, which is just stagnant, lingering inflammation that the body doesn't have enough energy to complete the rest of the processes to terminate that inflammation reaction, right? So hydrogen provides the body with more energy to do what it's perfectly designed to do. Complete the processes so we can get back to that inflammation and reduce it. Okay, because inflammation is created for protection. But when we have extended inflammation, it's a root cause of disease. You know, issues with our eye health, issues with neurological, Alzheimer's, dementia. There's inflammation in the brain. Okay. So next, regulating gene expression. Guys, this is a big deal. There's clinical studies. PubMed posts it. We talk about this a lot. You'll hear me a lot in my videos talk about regulating gene expression. Guys, when our genes get altered due to toxicity in our toxic world, we start, our genes don't express themselves properly. What happens then? Everything in our body, it's a domino effect, starts to go haywire. Okay, so we want the expression of our genes to be expressed properly, healthily, and in an optimized form. So molecular hydrogen working on a cellular level helps to regulate the expressions of our genes. And our genes is who we are. That makes up our DNA, guys. We are literally protecting and repairing our DNA with hydrogen therapy. This is why I can't fake this passion. This is just real talk. I've been yelling this on a mountaintop, hydrogen therapy, for 7 years now or longer. I'm losing count of the years. And this is real story, guys. Balancing hormones, a really big topic for me because, again, when I discovered this so many years ago as a competitive athlete, I'm like, we need optimized hormones, right? Optimized testosterone, controlled estrogen, controlled progesterone, all these hormones that make up our moods, how we interact with the world, how much energy we have, and what controls our hormones, guys, our endocrine system. And where is all the things for our hormones created in the endocrine system? In our gut health. Okay, so gut health is so important. Repair the gut health with hydrogen-rich water or Axiom H2 solid-state hydrogen tablets or hydrogen inhalation. We start repairing the gut health. Whoop, whoop, shout out, Rebecca's got it there. We can actually improve our hormones. And there's clinical studies posted on PubMed showing men with low testosterone improving and optimizing testosterone in men. It's also helping women during menopause. So it is helping so many different factors of our hormone production and balancing hormones. So it's not always about getting extra testosterone, because if you have extra testosterone, what else happens? You're going to have extra estrogen too. Okay. So it's not about having extra of what our body's naturally meant to produce. It's about optimization. And that means bringing our body's natural blueprint and design to full max capacity, right? Hydrogen doesn't give me extra energy or extra testosterone. No, it optimizes it with what we're designed to have. So huge topic there on balancing hormones, guys. And that's why I'm happy. I'm a super happy person. I've been a happy person. But you'll notice a lot of people with hydrogen are happy. Why? Because we have proper balanced hormones. We have energy, right? We have more energy to do that walk we wanted to do in nature. And then we got all the oxygen from fresh nature. And then we felt more productive. I mean, it is this incredible trickle effect, right? No more brain fog. I mean, it's this incredible trickle domino effect that I've seen since I've started Axiom H2 and gotten affiliates involved and people wanting to join. I've seen not only their health change, I've seen their skin tone change. I've heard, just, I can hear the tone and energy in someone's voice. I'm like, hey, you sound different. They're like, what do you mean? I'm normal. I'm like, no, you have more oomph in your voice. There's a different tone. There's a different energy, life force, vitality behind someone's voice. And that all has to do with the many amazing side effects that come with having a more energy, more productivity. You're making more money. You're getting better rest. You feel happy. I mean, so many things. Depression. We've had a couple cases of depression. Brain fog going away. You can think better. You can interact better. You can handle more stress, right? So huge benefits there. More acute hearing and vision. Yes, absolutely, guys. With not only inhalation or infusing water and drinking the water, I mean, it's going to get to all your cells. But we also use very cool things like the hydrogen goggles or the hydrogen earphones. And guys, so what all these different forms are doing is, for example, a quick question popped in, how fast do you feel it? So I'll tell you right now, for eye health, I mean, you can do a eye vision test, which me and Rebecca have done at a few clients' house, and this is incredible. I encourage you guys to try it. I dare you guys to try it, and tell me wrong. This is so cool. So as far as vision, improving the sharpness of vision, create your own little vision chart, okay? Get yourself a piece of paper, right? A large piece of paper, and do your at-home vision test, right? Have a couple letters, larger size, down one row, smaller, down another row, smaller, down another row, smaller. Okay, put yourself a set distance. Let's say it's 15 feet, 20 feet, whatever it may be. Look to see how many rows you can read, okay? Put on those hydrogen eye goggles. Do it for a minimum 15 minutes, okay? Take off the goggles and read those lines again. We have seen with 3 different cases that 3 different individuals could read 1 row down after 15-minute session. Guys, this is unheard of. And we don't even promote this for eye health because there's just too many things to promote, right? It does too many things and it sounds too good to be true. So we really can't go in promoting all these benefits. But just through the eye goggles alone, you will have improved vision. But even if you don't use the eye goggles, we have some stories of the owner of the clinic in Brompton Wellness Center. Yes, exactly. What we just had a comment pop in. But just through the water alone will start to reduce inflammation and increase hydration, increase microcirculation, which tends to turn all of our senses up and sharpened. So just turn that knob for hearing, vision, senses. I mean, everything just gets totally optimized. And that's one of the really great things that you can feel sharp. That's why, like Rebecca on, work calls, meeting calls, you're going to see us breathing. This is not like a showpiece. It's not a marketing thing. This is a perfect time to have regenerative abilities and improve our mental acuity, improve the neurological functions. And actually, I just ran out of time, so I'm going to set my timer for 2 hours. So it will absolutely improve your vision just through water alone, especially when hydrogen gas can actually touch like the eyes itself. Or for my stepfather example, hearing. He had a hard time hearing. He did the earphones. Hydrogen gas goes into the earwaves and reduces inflammation, right? When the inflammation goes down, the functions of the cells get better and the blockades in our ears go down. And so the eardrums actually work better. Within 30 minutes, my stepdad, 76 years old, he's like, I can hear better. I can hear you guys. Like he was a part of the whole conversation. Whereas normally he would kind of sit out on the side and kind of, wait almost his turn till, he could engage and really listen in. But I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface on improving hearing and vision, even though we're getting lots of reports about that. So, guys, just through inhalation or water infusion alone, you're going to get these benefits. And Ivana had made a comment. It took her about 2 months before she started getting all those benefits. It's all depending on different individuals' toxic load. Someone with a higher toxic load, they need a little bit longer working. If you have 60 years of ingesting toxins and now you want to start to cleanse out, yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer to you to get to those really incredible plateaus versus someone with a smaller toxic load that the body has to quicker time to get rid of those toxins. So the next thing on the list is, Mood regulation, neurological support. Yes, as we talked about with the hormones, that is part of our moods. And that's why we do have cases of improving depression and things of that nature. And then neurological support. Guys, there are studies coming out of Japan and China right now. Well, actually, I think it was in the end of 2022, showing 3 months of hydrogen inhalation doing what we're doing right now in 3 months' time is actually completely reversing Alzheimer's and dementia. Why? Because it's reducing inflammation. That's one of the main causes of dementia and Alzheimer's. Inflammation in the brain, and well, we can go more into that with heavy metals, toxic overload too, is root causes of those neurological disorders. But there is tons of clinical studies on PubMed showing molecular hydrogen therapy improving neurological support, and you will feel it too. Like Ivana said, yeah, her brain fog went away, and I know many clients that have years of brain fog. It just sorry, I can't remember. To what was it? Oh yeah, it was at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Like your neurons are firing sharper because we have optimized functions. Again, optimized cellular operation. Optimize your cells optimize the rest of your body, guys. So, and improves many chronic conditions. And we have all the medical studies, and it's over 170 now. It's over, I think, 180 now, and shown in the clinical trials and scientific clinical settings to improve 180, I believe, human chronic conditions. And we're not making medical claims, so don't shoot the messenger. But PubMed will speak on our behalf for all the incredible help with many different types of cancer, dissolving tumors in cancer, right? Reversing cancer, reversing stage 4 cancer. Look up Dr. Circus. He actually says when someone's on a stage 4 condition and they're knocking on death's door, Dr. Circus, amazing doctor, and he says they should be breathing hydrogen 24/7 until they can leave that hospital bed. Again, why has such a high safety profile? It's 100% regenerative energy coming into the body. Hydrogen is life force. So if someone's knocking on death's door, have them breathe hydrogen, and they're going to be moving far away from death's door and more towards vitality, life, and wellness. This isn't my opinion, guys. This is clinical studies, science-backed evidence, medical journals around the world, from Spain, from Korea, universities all over the world are talking about this. You're not going to hear it in the news because this is 100% natural. Can you patent natural things? No. Can you make money off of things without a patent? Not much. So that's why it's not, shouted through the medical systems, because you can't make money off of cures, right? So, I love this slide right here. I could talk all day on this slide. It's so interesting because there's so many things it can help with, and now at this point, 7 years of helping people. I mean, when someone comes to me with some new, crazy, fancy labeled condition, I'm like, yeah, yeah, we know that one. Crazy new term of some syndrome, yawn, cellular health, hydration. Dust our hands. Call us in 3 months and let us know how better you feel. And we have it all the time. And Rebecca knows it. I know it. A lot of people on our team know it. And I mean, we get messages every other week where we're tearing up in the eyes or crying, because this is like that rewarding mission that I think a lot of us would love to have, and feel rewarded with our mission on this planet. And if we can keep the lights on over our head and help people, I mean, that's a win-win. And I think a lot of medical professionals want to do that, but due to ignorance in the medical system, they're not really getting that super rewarding, life-changing things that they want. And that's why, I've moved into more of a role of education for doctors and health professionals, because it's just not taught. And so God bless them for wanting to do the best that they can with the information they know. And that's why we're here creating these webinars, to help educate with 100% science-backed evidence.
Amazing. Thank you, Matt. That was so much. How are we feeling? That was a lot of information. I know there will be a recording, so I encourage you, even if you're here live, to just go back and listen again. With Matt's voice notes, I listen once and then I go back. I'm like, okay, okay, and I hit play again because there's so much to receive when it comes to cellular health, when it comes to holistic health, and as you can see, we are so passionate about sharing this with you and the world. And I want to quickly add just a note here. If you haven't seen already, there's quite a spectrum of people that this is good for, right? So there's all of us here. Will you all be at Amsterdam? I will not be, but Matt is going to be, and Ivona is going to be, and a couple others on the team as well. I'm going on a different mission, and I'll be at a conference in the United States. So Axiom World Tour is starting very soon, starting this weekend. But there's a whole spectrum of people this is good for, right? So there's all of us health nuts that are here. You know, we want to learn about the latest. We're here to like tell me what it is straight from the latest science. And of course, we're here to optimize our systems. And hydrogen is completely here to help people like us, right? But then there's people like us who start businesses to help others with their health who maybe aren't as you know, they're not going to find out about hydrogen in their Instagram algorithm, right? They're looking for other things, and then they seek out a health professional or someone like us to assist them. So what I'm saying is there's people who are seeking this out and to use it in their business as well, to offer it to their clients, to offer it to their loved ones, to offer it to their friends, because it can really help when someone is experiencing something chronic and experiencing something like, you know, stage 4 cancer. So it's for those people, and it's also for like the biohackers and the health nuts, which is amazing that it's like so comprehensive. We'll move on to the next slide, which is just introducing the machine that both Matt and I are using right now. And this is just a little summary here that I'll quickly go over. Axiom H2 was created to introduce hydrogen therapy to the world, as you can see, to introduce it more to the Western world, that is. So more Europe, Australia, well, that's not Western, but Europe, the Americas, as it's quite big in Asia, but it hasn't quite made its way to our neck of the woods. So we're bringing it here with a lot of passion. To offer a really easy solution for hydrogen, right? Just the push of the button. And to also offer a product that has been tested and that is safe, because that is not something that Matt had previously found when he was testing other machines. So this is the first truly tested, board certified, doctor endorsed medical grade hydrogen generator that exceeds H2 levels that are deemed necessary for therapeutic treatments. And it also looks like a beautiful little spaceship. And we are so excited about this. This photo right here is actually the brand new 2.0 model that is not even officially released yet. It's actually going to be launched at the conference in Amsterdam. So if you're going to be there, you get to be the first to view and try this brand new model that we're really excited to release. Matt, if you could just share in like 2 minutes or less just some of the features of this machine, that would be amazing.
Sure. So, guys, as Rebecca stated, I have worked with a few other companies in the past. I actually helped build machines in the past. And what I saw was lacking in the market was testing, safety, transparency, customer service, as well as a user-friendly machine that was actually practical to integrate into your daily lifestyle. Not a super cool device to use for 2-3 months, and then it gets kind of monotonous to change the filters, add the chemical, and then it just collects dust. And that's what I saw. And so I saw that there was a need for a user-friendly device, for having more testing, more transparency, customer support. Everything I wanted, that I was looking for as a client, as a customer, I could not find out there in the market. asking very simple questions to many of the most prominent H2 generator companies on the market, like simple tests. No one wanted to show me tests. No one wanted to hop on a phone call with me. No one wanted to explain things with the warranty. And I'm just like, wow, and so what we did is we found a medical manufacturer that builds product and equipment for hospitals, and they specialize in oxygen. And so we partnered with this medical manufacturer, created an incredible group of engineers and scientific advisors, and I have an incredible group team behind me that is part of my success. But now we have one of the most user-friendly devices on the market, touchscreen, literally 2 touches of a button. You got medical, clinical grade hydrogen going right to your nose. Okay. So touchscreen, there's actually 7 sensors built in to the device, which is more than I've seen in the other machines on the market. So all these sensors are super important because it's going to ensure that we're being preventative for issues in the machine and proactive, and also ensuring that we're always making clean, perfect gas production. And if something is wrong in the device, it actually won't operate. You're going to see an alarm, a sensor go off. If you're using tainted water, that could affect the quality of gas production. The machine actually won't even operate. So it has very sensitive, delicate sensors inside the device. And we even have sensors that censor sensors. Okay? There's sensors that monitor sensors to make sure our sensors are working, right? And then we even have, which is first on the market, I do not know another device in the whole entire industry that has a self-diagnostics software built into the device. So if need be, we can actually initiate a self-diagnostics software program in the device to have the device test itself to make sure everything's running properly. So guys, this is a dream come true for a client wanting to get involved in hydrogen therapy. I'm saving you guys years of research. I'm saving you guys thousands of dollars of trying this machine, trying that machine, trying that machine, because I did it. Okay, so, and then here I am. So guys, we're saving you time, energy, and money. Okay, the industry standard for warranties is 6 months to 1 year. We have double that. We have 2-year warranty. And the machine and technology itself, I know I'm supposed to only have 2 minutes to talk here, but uses a really incredible new technology called proton exchange membrane. It's one of the best, safest technologies for clean water electrolysis process, where we don't need to add sodium hydroxide, also known as lye, like a lot of other machines on the market could require that with some of their forms of electrolysis to add extra ions to the water. But when you do add that strong chemical, you do need filters, and those filters have to be changed to remove all the harmful things from the lye. But this just runs off of perfectly distilled water. You do have to have distilled water as a resource to operate the machine, and it's absolutely phenomenal. We have gas analysis meters tests. We actually teach you guys how to test your own water. Like no other company on the market is teaching you guys how to check to make sure your machine's working. We do that because we care about education and transparency. We want to give you guys the meters and the tools you need to have to ensure that your machine's working properly, safely, and efficiently. Like no other company's doing that out there. Here's your machine. Here's your welcome email. Dust our hands. Ciao. Okay? And I know it because I've been there. And I'm like, well, wait, what about my support? Anyone on the phone? No. Emails. Okay. Well, how do I measure this? Google it. Whoa. Okay. We don't know anything about gas production, anything about gas quality, anything about water saturation, but through Axiom H2 and our Telegram chat groups that we've created to educate our clients, to the meters we endorse, right, to test your own gas production of the machine, and to even Molecular Hydrogen Institute, which nearly all of our Axiom team members are certified through there. And I mean, as far as I've seen, we're one of the only brands to actually endorse an unbiased company to teach people about what is hydrogen and what it isn't. So that's, we are just taking hydrogen and just bringing it to a whole nother level of education, transparency, validation, and effectiveness. I mean, we've even had our machine tested by a client next to another machine with supposedly higher gas production. And the client said, and this was, I think our affiliate was Alana, was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for telling me about your device. I'm so glad I tried yours versus the other one. I was going to buy the other one. When I tried the Axiom H2 machine, I felt it 3 times stronger. So clearly, quality is very, very important for gas quality, gas production. We're using pure molecular hydrogen. We're not using oxyhydrogen like a lot of other ones on the market. And so I went well over my 2 minutes for this, but we'll move on to the different forms of hydrogen therapy. And I don't know, Rebecca, do you want to hop in on this one, or I'd be happy to keep running? Okay. So guys, we have a couple different forms of hydrogen therapy, which is all totally included in your kit that we sell each machine as a kit. So you don't need to get this machine, then you got to buy this, and then you got to find that, and this. No, everything you need for success at a clinic or at your home is included in the purchase of our hydrogen machine. And so what you're looking at right here in this photo is the cannula, which, guys, this is not just a regular cannula. A lot of cannulas you're going to see on the market and with other devices is a clear silicone cannula, which is actually meant for like a one-time usage. And guys, this cannula is actually an antibacterial medical grade silicone, which has built in a moisture capture chamber. So you guys might think, okay, why does that matter? Well, guys, this matters because we actually live and breathe molecular hydrogen. And when you live and breathe molecular hydrogen, you know that if you're using a regular cannula, you can get water in your nose. So like what Rebecca has right there. Go ahead, Rebecca, you can pour it out. Right? You guys might think, what's the big deal? I don't get it. Why are they even talking about this? Guys, I've been sitting on a machine for 30 minutes, an hour before with a regular clear silicone cannula without the moisture capture chamber. And if you're sitting there relaxing, trying to nap with the machine, or you're doing your work emails, when the machines run, not just our machine, but all machines on the market, they start to heat up. This is common and this is normal. As the machines heat up, some of the moisture from the inside of the machine in the water will get pushed out through the cannulas. And those little moisture drips, if they're not actually collected in a moisture capture chamber, they will go right into your nose and you will breathe in some water into your nose. It's a very uncomfortable experience. So these are the little, just an example of the little things that Axiom H2 has thought about. And because we've been living and breathing hydrogen for so many years, we're like, well, we can't keep having this happen. We need to have something that's better. And so this little thing, like a moisture capture chamber, helps to create a very beautiful experience that someone can actually breathe this machine 24 hours straight if they need be, or 10 hours with not having one drip of water go in their nose. And again, if you guys haven't tried other machines, you wouldn't understand this, but take it as my word, you will get water in your nose with another device. And so having this safe material, antibacterial, you're not going to get mold in here. You're going to collect any moisture that comes in there. And another great feature for people that work at clinics and with a lot of different patients is this rubber piece. We sell these, and this is actually removable. So you guys can buy a pack of these to replace for your other clients and to replace for yourself. These are washable. You can use an antibacterial solution like hydrogen peroxide or something like that to clean these. So again, we're not wasting product. We're not throwing a lot of plastic away. It is very easy to keep clean maintenance on these things. And so this is why these cannulas alone are a big deal. Another thing I'll state by these cannulas, you can look on the internet. You can't just buy these. These are exclusively from our medical manufacturer. So that's another thing, a great benefit. We've had other hydrogen companies ask us to buy these from us. And I felt so bad. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. We don't sell these to other companies. We don't allow other companies to use these because this is an exclusive product for Axiom H2 that you will get with our product. And Rebecca knows, she's had another client say, Hey, I have this other machine. Can I buy some of these? No, I'm sorry. When you get an Axiom product and you join the Axiom H2 team, you get blessed with all of our high-end accessories. Moving to the next accessory that is included, which is the eye therapy hydrogen eye goggles. That's a very unique, very incredible design for the hydrogen eye goggles that fits snugly around the eyes, that has two ports that the cannula that comes with the eye goggles plugs into. You plug it into the machine, and then you will get the hydrogen gas directly into the eye goggles, which is a beautiful treatment. There's Rebecca right there, looking like she's blasting off into her spaceship, into hydrogen world, and going to improve her vision and reduce eye strain. Okay, the strain in the eyes, increase vision, increase acuity of the eyes. Here we are. I got mine here too, guys. So don't get it twisted. We do this, okay? And so, because our device has two ports of hydrogen gas, you can have one port having eye therapy and the other port having inhalation going at the same time. So, depending on your clients or your situation, you guys can use different customized therapy solutions to run the hydrogen. And a lot of people that work on the computer. Rebecca just had a client with eye strain for many, many years. Eye strain. He said he tried everything. He did the goggles at 2 sessions. Eye strain gone for years. So those of you that sit on a computer all day and you want regeneration while you're working on your laptop, you do a lot of online calls like me. You're going to see me breathing this in almost every single call because why not? Why not have regeneration while I'm doing my work? Why not improve my eye health and eye strain while I'm doing a lot of work on my laptop, guys? So really, really incredible benefits there. These are amazing. And then we have our hydrogen earphones, which are awesome. Oh man, so peaceful. It really is. I mean, these are soundproof as well, but you'll see this little port here. And just like Rebecca has, the hydrogen gas goes directly in here. And so we recommend people with neurological disorders and neurological problems and or hearing issues. We recommend those individuals as well as inhalation, but to use the headphones as well. Because these headphones is a direct route where the hydrogen gas will actually touch the inner ear canal and start to repair the eardrum and reduce the stress, strain, and damage to the eardrum. This is also clinical trials proven in PubMed studies you can view. And then for dementia and other neurological issues, you guys can use these because this is a direct route into the brain. So this will go through our ears, cavities, into the brain for direct help for neurological support to the brain. And like as I said, it does reduce outer sound. You sometimes can hear little bubbles in the machine. It's actually a very soothing experience to sit here and put on the hydrogen gas and just listen to the bubbles of the machine and bloop, 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 bloop. And it sounds really, really nice. So that's some of the accessories that are included. And then you are going to actually be included a hydrogen-rich water bottle, which has a really nice, beautiful double rubber seal on both pieces here. So it creates a really good tight seal. And it is, I believe, 32 ounces. And it is a BPA-free double-plated stainless steel. So this is not going to get mold and things like that a part of the infusion process during molecular hydrogen. This is something that you guys can designate. Hi there, Justin. Welcome to the webinar. This is something that you guys can designate solely for your products and having your hydrogen-rich water stable infused throughout the whole day. So this is a really powerful thing. And I'll also share a quick story is that only if you have one of our machines do you get one of these bottles. And these bottles are actually a very eye-catching piece. And we've seen people, and personally myself in the gym, say, wait, I've seen that bottle. My business partner has that bottle. I said, well, are you sure? Absolutely. I can't mistake in this logo, that black bottle. He carries it everywhere with him. I said, well, your business partner has one of our devices. And he's like, no way. So it's really cool thing that's part of included with the device, and as well as all the other accessories we went over, which is 2 of these antibacterial medical grade cannulas are included. We do include one of our bottles of our solid state hydrogen tablets, right? So you can see Rebecca has her bottle, I have my bottle here, and guys, these tablets are nuts. Let me just say it. These tablets are very, very powerful, and we decided to start including these with the purchase because, we want our machine users to be able to have hydrogen while they travel. And sometimes the machine can be not the most ideal thing during travels. So we created a very beautiful, easy travel design. So you can have a hydrogen tablet that's individually wrapped to protect it from oxidation. And what's unique about these tablets is that we're the only tablet on the market that you actually ingest orally. All the other tablets on the market not only have dextrose, a harmful binder, but you dissolve the tablet into water, which means you need a large body of water to dissolve the tablet. You have to wait about 3 minutes and then drink that water. And what I've found in my testing, and I've tested the 5 top brands in the market right now, and I actually have those studies and tests done on my Instagram profile, so you guys can see the digital meters. And Tyler LeBaron also talks about this, the founder of Molecular Hydrogen Institute, is that when you put those tablets in the water, it actually turns your water to a very acidic profile. And on the pH scale, 7 being balanced, those tablets on the market that are dissolved in water actually create around a 5.5 on the pH scale, which is highly acidic. You do not want to be drinking those. We don't recommend those. That's why these tablets are made with 100% natural ingredients. They actually have higher absorption because that diffusion process happens inside the stomach. So every bubble of hydrogen getting released from this tablet is getting captured inside the stomach walls, the stomach lining, and directly going to impact our gut health. And then it's going to flood into the rest of our body. No harmful binders, 100% natural ingredients. And so you know what, just for testing purposes, we're going to show you how easy it is. Some days I have my machine every morning, but I have meetings and I need to go and get my day moving, and I don't have 30 minutes to sit on the machine. What I'll do is I'll grab my beautiful tablet right here, pop it open, simple as that, put it in my mouth, swallow it down. That's it, guys. So in less than 30 seconds, I just had my hydrogen dose, and I'm off to my day. So just on time, time alone. Another tablet, you need to put it in your water, literally 3 to 5 minutes before the tablets dissolve, and you drink that water. And during that dissolve process, all the hydrogen's getting released. It's all floating to the top and bubbling out the top. So it's not creating stable hydrogen. It is slightly available. It's not stable, and it's making your water very acidic. There's even a lab report test and a video coming out of a lab in Japan showing a lot of harmful other metallic oxides being released in these tablets. So guys, be very, very choosy which hydrogen tablets you're going to use. And this is why we recommend Axiom H2s. So all these items are included as a kit when you buy both of the machines. And actually the 600 model is actually, we also include a certification course through Molecular Hydrogen Institute.
All right, thank you, Matt. And I just wanted to quickly touch on the amount of research that there is about hydrogen. So throughout this webinar, we've been referencing it, and we very much encourage you to look for yourself. So you can choose an alternative search engine or just regular old Google and type in molecular hydrogen and whatever condition that you're referring to, and you will likely find a medical study about this. We also love to recommend Molecular Hydrogen Institute. There's a wealth of information and studies on this website. This is a nonprofit that is specifically for molecular hydrogen research, and it's run by Dr. Tyler LeBaron. He does not endorse any specific products, which I love because it keeps it non-biased and neutral. So highly recommend for you to go out and do your own research when it comes to hydrogen. Don't just take our word for it. So we are getting to the closing of, we have only about less than 15 minutes left. We've gone a little bit over. So we have 2 questions that we've been asked over and over and over again. This is, what is the difference between hydrogen and ozone? And then I'm going to just incorporate that in with the question that you asked, I believe, Jarno. You said, I am new to hyperbaric oxygen therapy, H2 and O3. Can you explain what the difference is and how it works and what it does? So Matt, if you can just share with us the difference between hyperbaric oxygen therapy, H2 and O3, all in at once, that would be great for this question.
Yes, absolutely. So, as Rebecca stated, it's a super common question we get from medical health professionals and people getting involved in all these alternative therapies. A great question, by the way. And so, the difference between these different therapies, hyperbaric oxygen, ozone, which is O3, and molecular hydrogen therapy. So, guys, let's see. To start, ozone therapy is oxygen. Okay, that is coming off of oxygen. Oxygen with an extra added oxygen molecule, right? And so we're getting O3. That is oxygen is oxidative. Okay, extra oxygen, extra oxidation. So I'm just going to keep things really, try to keep it in simple terms for everyone to understand. Oxidation is not always a bad thing, right? If oxidation's so bad, why do they do ozone therapy if that's oxidative? Because oxidation kills, right? And some people that have a really chronic condition of a bad bacteria, a virus, parasites, cancer, things like that, they need to do some killing inside the body, right? To kill these things, these germs out of the body. So that's where ozone therapy comes in. And that's where it was the first medical gas I started using before hydrogen. I was the ozone king. I was like medical grade ozone, everything ozone, ozone rectal insufflations, up the culo, in every which crevice, we were using ozone. However, ozone can be overused. You can harm yourself absolutely with ozone. It has a much, much lower safety profile and a much higher risk profile due to its oxidative nature. So when you do ozone, you either need to be studied and trained in ozone therapy, or you need to go to a clinic that has medical grade oxygen tanks to use in a medical grade ozone generator. Okay, these are things are very important because we need to control the dosage and the flow rate of how strong ozone is. So due to that safety profile, that wasn't something that we could recommend for anyone. Just put it in your home and just start doing ozone all day, every day, because it's oxidative. There is healthy oxidation and then there is harmful oxidation. So whereas ozone is oxidative, hydrogen is antioxidative. Those are the main big differences, guys. Ozone's going to kill things, comes in like the double-bladed sword, slicing and dicing, killing. And at the proper dosages, it can kill the good things and I'm sorry, can kill the harmful things in the body and not harm the good things. However, hydrogen, 100% antioxidative, 100% regenerative. So um, hydrogen can achieve the same results of ozone in a much higher safety profile in maybe a little bit longer time or duration of sessions. So that's the difference between ozone and hydrogen. They, a lot of times, if you look at benefits of ozone therapy and benefits of hydrogen, a lot of them are going to be very, very similar. Reduce anti-inflammatory, improve neurological functions, right? A lot of benefits are similar, but you have a much different form of going about it. And again, hydrogen, we make hydrogen in our body. We don't make ozone in our body. So that is one thing, is that ozone is a little bit more invasive and a little bit more unnatural. Even though we have ozone in our atmosphere, it's not actually produced in our stomach like molecular hydrogen is. So again, that's why we're choosing hydrogen for its safety profile. Hydrogen, low risk, high reward, very, very gentle in the body. Hyperbaric oxygen, again, one of the very common questions we get, what's the difference? Well, if you look at benefits of hyperbaric oxygen, longevity, increased rate of healing, and improved immune system. It's the same thing with hydrogen. But how hyperbaric oxygen works, it works in a pressurized chamber, and it's actually measured in bars, which is also the same type of measurement we use in scuba diving. As I'm a certified scuba diver, and you go down certain bars, right? This is meters down below, creates the pressure, and that's how far you can go down in certain amounts of pressure and things like that. Same thing with hyperbaric oxygen chambers. Now, it's not using ozone, not using hydrogen, it's using oxygen in a pressurized chamber that will help to penetrate inside uh, our surface of our skin at a more efficient rate. So that's why hyperbaric oxygen is so beneficial. And there's tons of studies. There's no doubting it. You can't deny the effectiveness of hydrogen. You can't deny the effectiveness of ozone. You can't deny the effectiveness of hyperbaric oxygen. However, I looked into investing in these units years ago. Do I want to get into a chamber every day that's hot and build pressure to sit in this chamber, and get my therapy? Or I can sit here on my beautiful lanai here in Costa Rica and on my beautiful patio and be breathing molecular hydrogen while I'm having a conversation. I can drink water. I can use my phone. I can get up. I mean, this is so much more practical and realistic for like daily usage and comfortability. So when I thought about, okay, I can buy this hyperbaric oxygen chamber. It has a lot of benefits, but am I realistically going to climb in this bag every day and fill up the bag for a few hours and do this and it's hot? No, I was not going to do it. That's one of those products that you get and you're gung ho for the first 3 to 6 months, and then it's just a bag sitting there and you end up giving it to your buddy that owns a clinic. Like that is, I will tell you that's the exact story how it's going to go. Okay. Unless you get a big hyperbaric oxygen room where you can like stretch and have your book and have a TV, and those are like $100,000. That's a different story. Maybe that's more practical for you. But honestly, guys, you're getting all those benefits from ozone and hyperbaric oxygen at a completely safe level from the comfort of your home or the comfort of your bed or your office. Business guys that are on their computer all day, you definitely need a machine next to your in your office when you get to office. Put this in while you're working. You could get regeneration all day, right? Can you get ozone therapy while you're working, at your office? No. Can you get hyperbaric oxygen chamber while you're working at your office? No. So those are some of the differences of, they're all different gases, right? Oxygen, ozone, hydrogen. So completely different forms of therapy, all have similar benefits, but the highest safety profile is going to be hydrogen. And I believe hydrogen does even more things because it's a smaller molecule, meaning it's more bioavailable. So it's going to penetrate deeper than anything else, than ozone and then oxygen as well. So that's a little bit about the difference between the therapies and those different molecules of gases. Okay, the next one we have here is, what is the difference between Axiom H2 hydrogen generator and water ionizers? So another powerful one. And last thing I saw a comment pop in is that, yeah, guys, the hydrogen tablets, you're getting hydrogen therapy no matter where you're at. On the plane, boom, hydrogen therapy on the plane. Jet lag, boom. After a long night of drinking, boom. I mean, you can just get these on the go right when you get to the gym, after the gym. Very, very safe for on-the-go usage, which again, you can't do hyperbaric oxygen chamber on the plane. You can't do ozone on the plane, but you can do hydrogen therapy. So back to this next question. What is a water ionizer? Guy, that is a form of electrolysis that's very, very common in the whole world, that's promoted as hydrogen, water ionizers, everything like that. But guys, that is a great technology. Okay, let's go ahead and say that. It's a great technology. However, there's better technology. Okay, it's 2023. There is negative reasons to be using water ionizers in 2023. There really is, because what is a water ionizer? It's using electricity to electrically force the alkalinity of water, or the electrically adjust the pH of water. And when we do that with electricity, changing from alkaline to acidic, the byproduct is hydrogen in the water. So when you buy a water ionizer, you're getting some hydrogen as a byproduct. Okay, that is not the sole reason for that technology. Okay, so the water that we drink from hydrogen from Axiom H2's machine doesn't touch electricity. Guys, we're using a way different form of creating available, stable, hydrogen-rich water that is not altering the pH of the water, because we don't want to alter the pH of the water. We don't want to be drinking electrocuted water either. Okay, so all the studies that showed the amazing benefits of ionized water were all diminished when they removed the hydrogen from the water. So when you're drinking your super alkaline ionized water and you remove the hydrogen, zero benefits. So what we found, and guys, don't take my word for it, don't kill the messenger, go to Molecular Hydrogen Institute, the leading research accredited institute in the United States, unbiased research all about water ionizers, alkaline water, everything about that. So this has nothing to do, I'm not trying to bash any water ionizers companies. This is scientific facts and evidence that these other companies out there, you guys need to hop on board and get with the program. You guys want to be promoting this, do it right, do it with full authenticity and full honesty. So guys, the form that we're using to infuse is the main form is hydrogen gas. This machine is making molecular hydrogen gas, right? And what we do with that gas is we put it through an infusion rod. So gas comes out of here through the smallest micron-sized pores, and within 3 minutes, I have a fully saturated jug of water without altering the pH of the water, okay? What is our stomach? What is our stomach at? Anyone know? It's probably at a 2.5 on the acidic scale. Hydrochloric acid. We need very, very strong acid to break down food in our stomach. So if we're drinking a 9 pH of alkaline water into an acidic environment, that's not good. We ideally want to be drinking 6.5 to 7 to 7.5. That's the range we want to be at. So when someone says alkaline water, hopefully it's around 7.5 on the alkaline side, maybe 8 at the highest. You know, and if they're drinking acidic water, well, if it's around 6 and above 6.5, that's okay, because that's where our stomach's at an acidic state. Okay, and different parts of our body have different pHs, by the way. So there's a lot of information we can cover there. But guys, a water ionizer is electrically changing the alkalinity of the water, and the byproduct is adding some hydrogen that is not stable. Guys, we did a test over 14 days in the refrigerator. This still had full amounts of 3 times the therapeutic level of molecular hydrogen after 14 days. And anyone with a water ionizer or knows about hydrogen knows, as soon as you make your hydrogen water, you're like rushing, you're like, don't talk to me, I gotta slam my water real quick while there's still hydrogen in it, right? We're all laughing because we've all been there. And I used to be that guy, like, get away, I need to drink my hydrogen water while it's still like fully charged. No. With Axiom H2's system of infusing stable, available hydrogen into the water, I can take this all day on my hike. I can go to the beach. I can go to the gym and have hydrogen-rich water all day. So that's a very, very important thing. We're not trying to alter the pH of the water. We're just trying to add the best parts of it, which is extra added molecular hydrogen that's available and it's stable. We're also creating around a negative 700 to 800 on the ORP level, which is oxidation reduction potential. So the higher that number, the faster things oxidize, and the lower that number, the potential is for the faster things, or the stronger the antioxidant properties are.
Beautiful. Thank you, Matt. And I know it is time, so I'm going to quickly wrap this up. We did do a pretty good job of answering questions throughout our presentation. However, we're going to create another webinar about how to use H2 in your business and targeting more medical professionals and such. So stay tuned for that. And please feel free to submit any other questions, ideally straight to our Axiom H2 Instagram page or the Hydrogen Warrior Instagram page as well. And just want to thank you all for joining us today. It is so important to us to share more about hydrogen with the world and educate you all on what's actually going on inside of these beautiful human bodies. So we definitely encourage you to continue doing your own research and education as it comes to hydrogen. And we also fully invite you to share your feedback on our presentation today. This is our very first time doing a webinar of this format, so we are humbly here welcoming constructive feedback of any kind, ideally via the Axiom H2 Instagram page as well. We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. And we very much look forward to seeing you in Amsterdam. Again, I won't be there myself, sound constructors, but Matt will be and Ivona will be, and I'm sure they would love to connect with you there. I will be in Philadelphia on October 1st, so please come see me at Holistic Health Expo. That's on our Instagram page. So again, thank you all for joining today. We wish we could go on for so much longer with you, but we want to honor your time. So we'd love to stay connected at Instagram. Please send us a message over there, and we'd love to continue the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful day, and we hope to meet some of you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.